I have a question here from Mikel122. It's product idea, what steps to take next? Here's the question. I have a product idea and I'm currently working with a manufacturer to have it made. When should I copyright/trademark? When should I build the website? Should I wait until the final product is done? It's a good question. I guess to first explain it, you should know the difference between copyright and trademark. I'm not a lawyer, but I've had experiences with both of these things. So if you need true legal advice, go seek a lawyer. Copyright can be on text or photos, for example. It can be on other things, but that's probably what it'll be applied to for you. Also music. And you would, things you could copyright is your product description, the content on your website, photos of your products. Those are things that can be copyrighted. It doesn't require any money to copyright them. You can also submit for them to be copyrighted, which does, I believe, cost money. But you don't need to do that. All you have to do is you can put the little C mark next to it and then saying who's copyrighted and then the year, for example. You see this on a lot of websites. You'll see at the bottom of the website, it'll say Acne Inc. Copyrighted 2017, for example. That's copyright. Trademark is it is to benefit the consumer so that two companies don't trick the consumer, or the consumer is not fooled by two different companies. So that when you buy an Apple iPhone, you know and you trust that you're buying an Apple iPhone. So that costs, how much did ours cost? I believe it's $125 or $150 for the US. I don't know what country you are in, but I guess I'll talk about the US experience. It would probably be similar in other countries. You submit that to the government. In the US, you have to wait 8 months, and you have to do it since the time you can only apply once you start selling things, and you have to prove that you're selling the things. Since it takes 8 months, try to do this as soon as possible. Keep in mind, if you're selling online, on like Amazon, eBay, trademarks are very important. They can go a long way. Amazon actually doesn't even unlock all of its advertising options if you do not have a trademark. They will also be, it helps a lot if you have a trademark. We filed for ours in August, and we still haven't gotten ours. So it's December now. So we're still waiting on ours. The other intellectual property you could have is a patent. A patent is a novel, new idea. There's two different types of patents. There's a utility patent and a design patent. A design patent does not, it's just saying there's a new way I designed the spatula. I didn't invent spatulas, but here's a new way to look at spatulas. A utility patent is here's a completely new way to flip eggs and make grilled cheese sandwiches. No one else has ever thought about this. It is not a spatula. It is completely new. That's a utility patent. Patents last 20 years, and you have to disclose them to the public. In the United States, it is a disclose first place. This is opposed to many other countries. It is a patent first country. In other words, most countries, whoever has a patent first gets the patent. In the United States, whoever discloses first gets the patent. Disclosing is you publicly announce. It could be on your website. It could be on a public. It could be in a public trade magazine, for example. As long as the public is able to see it, then that is disclosure. In the U.S., you have 1 year after disclosure to file for a patent, or you lose that ability, and then no one can patent that thing because it's disclosed and it's no longer new. So those are a couple things. For your website, someone else commented, you can make your website now. I agree. Your trademark, do it as soon as you're starting to sell the items and you can prove to the US government or your government agency that you're selling the items. File, because it's going to take time. Every country, it takes time. I looked up what was the quickest trademark, and it's Andorra, and there it takes like 2 weeks. But the problem is, it only applies to Andorra. It doesn't apply to the rest of the EU or something, and you have to be in Andorra. It's not worth it anyway. But that's the quickest. That's the quickest in the whole world is 2 weeks, and I think so. I think 3 months plus is probably typical for a trademark, and in the US it's 8 months. Yeah, those are your questions about IP. Yeah, I hope I answered them all, and I wish you luck.